You didn't wake up one day and decide to stop caring. It happened slowly, a deadline missed, a dream postponed. One more night telling yourself tomorrow will be different. And then one morning you looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the person staring back. You're not lazy. Say that again. You are not lazy, but something is wrong. You feel it in your bones. That heaviness that no amount of sleep fixes. That fog that follows you into every room. That quiet, gnawing sense that you were meant for more, and somewhere along the way you just stopped. This isn't about motivation. This is about something far more dangerous. You're running on empty. There's a story we tell ourselves when we can't perform. We call ourselves weak. We call ourselves failures. We scroll through other people's highlight reels and we whisper, "What's wrong with me?" Nothing is wrong with you, but something has been taken from you, slowly, quietly, without your permission. Your energy isn't gone, it's been stolen by a system that rewards output over rest, by a culture that shamans you for needing to stop, by years of giving everything to everyone and leaving nothing for yourself. The body keeps score. Every time you pushed through when you should have paused, every time you smiled when you were shattered, every night you stared at the ceiling, running the numbers, not enough time, not enough money, not enough of you. Your nervous system registered every single one, and now it's protecting you. The shutdown you feel, that paralysis, that inability to do even the simplest task, that is not weakness. That is your mind and body finally saying enough. The question is, will you listen? I want you to think about a phone. Left uncharged long enough, it doesn't just slow down, it shuts off completely. It doesn't matter how expensive it is, how much data it holds, how many people need it to work. Empty is empty. We understand this for machines. We don't understand this for ourselves. We expect human beings to run indefinitely on willpower, caffeine, and guilt. We frame rest as laziness. We frame slowness as failure. We frame asking for help as weakness. And so we push and push and push until the day we can't. Here is what nobody tells you about burnout. It doesn't come for the lazy. It comes for the driven, for the ones who care deeply, for the people who gave everything to their work, their family, their dreams, and forgot to ask, who is giving back to me? That's you. You gave, you showed up, you held it together when everything was falling apart. You were the strong one, the reliable one, the one people called at midnight. And now you have nothing left. And the cruelest part? The world doesn't pause for your emptiness. The bills keep coming, the emails pile up. The children still need feeding, the boss still needs that report. Life doesn't stop because you're breaking, so you fake it. You perform functionality while running on fumes. You smile at the right moments, you type the right words. You show up physically present, spiritually absent, and every day you do that, every day you wear that mask, you go a little further into debt. Not financial debt, soul debt. Now here's where most people make the mistake. They think the solution is a weekend off, a vacation, a good night's sleep, a motivational video, maybe one like this, but you can't fix a broken foundation with fresh paint. The emptiness you feel is not a mood, it is a message. It's telling you that the life you've been living, the pace, the pressure, the constant performance is no longer sustainable. Something has to change. Not tomorrow, not when things calm down. Not when you finally hit that milestone, finish that project, make that number. Now, real recovery isn't glamorous. It's saying no when everything in you screams yes. It's sitting with discomfort instead of drowning it in distraction. It's choosing 5 minutes of stillness over 5 more hours of frantic. Movement that leads nowhere. It's learning, perhaps for the first time in your life, that your worth is not measured by your output. Let me say that again. Your worth is not measured by your output. You are not a machine. You are not a productivity tool. You are not defined by your last project, your last win, your last performance review. You are a human being. And human beings need more than fuel and a destination. They need meaning, connection, rest, play, grief, joy, all the things you've been postponing, calling them luxuries while wondering why you feel so hollow inside. The irony is devastating. You kept going because you thought that's what strength looked like. You kept performing because you were terrified that if you stopped, even for a moment, everything would fall apart. Or worse, people would finally see you weren't as strong as they thought. So you kept the mask on, and the mask became the face. And somewhere underneath it, the real you is exhausted, confused, and desperately waiting for someone to say, "You don't have to keep doing this, so let me be that voice today." You don't have to keep doing this. I'm going to tell you something that took a long time for many people to understand. The most radical act you can commit in a world that profits from your exhaustion is to rest without guilt. To say, "I am enough, even when I am producing nothing." To believe, truly believe, that your presence in this world has value beyond your performance. That your life is not a project to be optimized. That you were not put on this earth to be efficient. You were put here to live. To love, to be moved by things. To sit by the ocean and feel small and still feel like that was enough. To laugh so hard it hurts. To create something that has no ROI, to exist fully, messily, beautifully, without justification. And yes, there are things you want to build, goals you haven't given up on. A version of yourself you're still reaching toward. Good, keep reaching, but reaching from emptiness is not ambition, it's desperation. The greatest things you will ever create, the clearest decisions you will ever make, the most powerful version of yourself you will ever become, none of it comes from running on empty. It comes from being so full that the overflow becomes creation. Think about the moments in your life when you did your best work. Were you exhausted? Were you anxious? Were you performing under pressure with nothing left in the tank? Or were you rested, clear, grounded, present? You already know the answer. So the work right now, the real work, is not to do more. It is to become someone who is no longer afraid to stop. To become someone who trusts that the world will not collapse if they pause. That their value doesn't evaporate when they rest. That they deserve, without earning it, without proving it, without justifying it to a single person, to be restored. This is not a small shift. This is a revolution, quiet, internal. No applause, no audience. No one handing you a trophy for finally treating yourself like you matter. Just you, choosing yourself, maybe for the first time in years. You came here looking for motivation, but maybe what you actually needed was permission. Permission to be tired. Permission to be human. Permission to stop performing long enough to remember who you actually are beneath all the roles you play and all the expectations you carry. You are not broken. You are not lazy. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are someone who has been carrying too much for too long, largely alone. And today, right now, in this moment, you can put something down. Not everything, just one thing, one expectation you've been dragging. One standard you set for yourself that was never yours to begin with. One voice in your head that sounds like pressure but feels like poison. Put it down. The fire in you isn't out. It never was. It's been waiting, patient, quiet, underneath all the noise, waiting for you to stop pouring water on it in the form of shame, comparison, and relentless self-criticism. Feed it something different. Rest, silence, one honest conversation, one true decision. One morning where you don't immediately reach for your phone and drown in someone else's urgency. You are not the sum of your productivity. You are not your worst year. You are not the version of yourself that showed up exhausted. You are the version that showed up anyway. That kept going even when no one was watching. That is sitting here right now, still trying to figure it out. That person deserves more than you've been giving them. If this reached you, if something in here landed somewhere real, there is more where this came from. Subscribe, not because you have to, not for the algorithm, but because you are someone who takes their own transformation seriously. And we are just getting started.